नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते राधानाथ स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पश्चात्य देशतारिणे। ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितमेन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सकगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सकगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसूते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ईश्वर परम कृष्ण सच्चिदानंद विग्रह अनादिरादिर गोविंद सर्व कारण कारणम। ओम तत्सत। हरे कृष्ण। By the causeless mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, we are nicely studying Bhagavad Gita, the knowledge with which we can directly perceive ourselves. Pratyaksha Bhagamam Dharmyam. Now we are successfully studying in the 15th chapter, the yoga of the Supreme Person, Purushottama Yoga. We are understanding very well in this chapter that we have to ditch everything in this material world. Because Krishna is teaching us that we are suffering in this material world. We are struggling hard in this material nature. Prakriti sthani karsati. So we should not think that we are enjoying. Whatever we think that we are enjoying, actually, that is the source of our distress. Yegi samsparsa ja bhoga dukkha yonaya evati. Very clear. Yegi samsparsa ja bhoga dukkha yonaya evati. Adi antavantah kaunteya natesu ramate. And there is beginning and end. This so-called material sense enjoyment, it starts and ends. There is a beginning and end. It's flickering. It's not actual happiness, it's just flickering happiness. But the end result is actually distress. That is the source of distress in this material world. So an intelligent person does not take participation in such kind of cheap material sense gratification. Nateshu ramate buddha. So that's what Krishna wants us to do. So have the knowledge of this Bhagavad Gita and ditch everything in this material world. Don't have any attachment to anything in this material. Because nothing is permanent here. That is the reality. Everything comes to an end. When our life comes to an end, everything comes to an end as far as that individual is concerned. So death is certain, we know that. But we can stop taking birth. That is in our hands. We have taken birth. So death is certain. Everyone has to die. But we can stop taking again birth in this material way. For that, we need to go to Goloka. Mam pete tu kaunteya punarjanma na vidyate. That's what Krishna said. Only if you come to me, then there is no birth again in this material world. Abrahma bhuvana lokaga punaravartino Arjuna mamupete tu kaunteya punarjanma na vidyate. Even if you go up to Brahma Loka, we need to come back again. But if you go to Krishna, we don't have to come back again. Even if you go to Swarga Loka, we can enjoy Divideva Bhoga. So, Te Tambukva Swargalokam Visalam Shine Punye Martyalokam Visanti. So, that is the real. So, even if you go to Swargaloka and enjoy Visalam, the vast Swargaloka, enjoy. Tetam Bhuktva Swargalokam Visalam, Shine Punye Martyalokam Visanti. So if our Punya is spent completely, then we have to again come back to this earth and then we have to end and Punya if you want to go back to Swargaloka again. And then you can enjoy there. And again we need to come back here. That's what is going to happen. That's why Krishna says, Tetam bhuktva swargalokam visalam kshine punye matyalokam visanti. So, that's what is happening. So, we need to keep going and coming. That's it. Kama kama labande. So, but if you go to Goloka, if you go to Krishna's well, we are going to enjoy there. We'll enjoy there forever. And we'll never come back here. That's why Mamupetyata Punarjanma Dukkale Mashaswadam Napnuvanti Mahatmana Samsiddhim Paramam Kati. So Mamupetyatu Kaunteya. Mamupetyatu Punarjanma Dukkale Mashaswadam Napnuvanti. So if you go to Krishna, then we will not come back to this temporary miserable place again. So before our life comes to an end, we should prepare ourselves to go to Goloka. We should prepare ourselves to not come back here. So the time starts now. It has already started for us. We are studying Bhagavad Gita for a very long time. We understand everything by Krishna's mission. And it is assured that just by studying this Bhagavad Gita, like what we are doing every day, we are going to go to Goloka. That's it. Idam jnanam upashitya mama sadharmya magataya sarge pinopajayante pralaye navyatanti cha. If you just take shelter into this Bhagavad Gita knowledge, then we are going to go to Krishna, Goloka. Then when this material world is created, we are not going to come and take birth again here. And when this material world is annihilated, we are not going to be bothered at all. Because we'll be enjoying in Krishna's will Goloka. So that's what we should aim. Krishna knows very well that we are interested to go to Goloka because he is guiding us. In fact, the way how we are studying this Bhagavad Gita like this, it's a we are a very, very unique team of devotees doing this. It is not like 18 days Bhagavad Gita or 1 month Bhagavad Gita, not like that. We have determined, we are very much determined to study Bhagavad Gita until we die, like this. That's why, even though we finished the Bhagavad Gita completely, one sloka every day like that. So we again started now. And now we have already come to 15th chapter. Hopefully by the end of this year or so, we'll finish this cycle. Then again, we'll start again. It's not going to stop. And we have the desire to even study Srimad Bhagavatam, at least the 10th canto, which has 90 chapters. Bhagavad Gita has got 18 chapters full of science, full of philosophy. But the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam has got 90 chapters, about 4,000 verses, full of Krishna's wonderful pastimes, everything starting from his birth. We are going to understand everything about Krishna. That's going to bring us so much enjoyment. Just knowing about Krishna, Krishna's Leelas. Because that's what Krishna himself says in Bhagavad Gita, which we have discussed so many times. I've quoted that sloka. Matchitta matgata prana bodhayantaka parasparam kadayantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. So my devotees, Matchitta madgata prana bodhayantaka parasparam. So they discuss with one another. Kadayantascha mam nityam. So they enlighten one another by talking about me only. Tushyanti cha ramanti cha. That's what they enjoy. They derive great satisfaction and bliss. When we talk about Krishna, when we talk about wonderful pastimes of Krishna, Leelas of Krishna, Srimad Bhagavatam, it's very nicely given. It gives us so much happiness. That's how we need to find happiness. People in this material world, so they go and watch movies and they watch some serials. And these days, it's very unfortunate, this so-called web series and then YouTube shorts, YouTube and Facebook videos, or spending time on WhatsApp or anything, and watching games, this 20, that 20, all kinds of nonsense. So we are simply wasting our time. That's not going to bring us enjoyment at all. That is simply killing our time, just wasting our life. This human life is meant to purify ourselves, cleanse ourselves completely. Atma Suddhaye. So we have to use our body, mind, senses, intelligence, everything to purify the self. Kayena manasa buddhya kevalai indriyai rapi yoginaka karma kurvanti sangam tyaktva atma suddhaye. But there are so many ways in this material world to simply waste our human life. In order to experience this so-called material sense enjoyment, one has to spend a lot of money. Nothing is going to come free. And also I have to watch a lot of advertisements, ads. So, and in order to spend that money, one has to work hard to earn. So, that way our life is just getting completely, we're wasting it. That's it. This human body, this human life, we should work only to the extent to take care of our body. That's it. Nirasiryata chittatma tyakta sarva parigraha sariram kevalam karma kurvannapnoti kilbisham. Nirasiryata chittatma tyakta sarva parigraha sariram kevalam karma kurvannapnoti kilbisham. So without any desire, nirasir, yata chittatma, tyakta sarva parigraha, give up everything. That's it. Tyakta sarva parigraha, giving up the complete sense of proprietorship. That's what tyakta sarva parigraha, sariram kevalam karma. So just to maintain our body, one should work. That's it. Then kurvan naapnoti kil bisham. By doing so, no, we are not going to get any sins. Naapnoti kil bisham. So that is the way we should work. We should do everything. That's how we should do. So that way we have to do everything for Krishna. whatever we do, it should be done only as an offering unto Krishna. So that means we are not going to get any sins. When we are not going to get any sins, that means we are freed. We don't have to come back to this material world again. And by working like that, by doing everything for Krishna, by all the time thinking about Krishna, remembering Krishna and glorifying Krishna and doing all those things, Satatam Kirtayam Pomam Yadantascha Dratavrataka Namasyam Tascha Mam Bhaktya Nityukta Upasate. That's what Krishna says. That always engage in glorifying me, Satatam Kirtayam Tomam, by singing my glories. Always engaged in singing my glories. Satatam Kirtayam Tomam Yadantascha Dratavrataka. So one with great determination who is endeavoring and who is Namasyantascha Mam Bhaktya Nityukta Upasate. So that's what we need to. Mahatmanastu Mampata Devim Prakriti Mashitaga Bhajanti Ananya Manasa Nyatva Bhutadim Avyam. So the Mahatmanastu Mampata Devim Prakriti Mashitaga. They will take shelter unto my divine nature, Devim Prakriti Ashitaga. And Bhajati Ananya Manaso. So they render devotional service unto me without any deviation in mind. So that means mind should be thinking all the time only Krishna, nothing else. Sarvesu kalesu mamanasmarad yuddhacha. That's what Krishna told Arjuna. You just remember me all the time and fight. So just fight for me. That's it. That's what Krishna told. So that way, we have to do everything only for Krishna. So bhajati ananya manaso nyatva bhutadi avyam. By knowing that Krishna is the original supreme person who is the source of all living entities, who is the source of everything, is the bhuta adi, bhutadi avyam. So everything comes from Krishna. So that kind of knowledge we are getting from Bhagavad Gita. So that way, 24/7, we should lead a Krishna conscious life. So that means whatever we are doing, it should be based on Bhagavad Gita, based on the Shastra. We have to do everything what is prescribed in Bhagavad Gita. That's what prescribed duties. Niyatam kuru karmatvam. If it is not prescribed in Bhagavad Gita, then dure nahi avaram karma. So keep all abominable activities at a far distance. That's what Krishna says. So don't expect results and do it everything for Krishna. That's it. Then Krishna gives us all the skills what we need, energy we need, strength we need, memory, everything Krishna gives. We can do a lot of wonderful services, no doubt about it. I always say that with this Bhagavad Gita knowledge, you can achieve whatever you want. That is the reality. Whatever you want, we can achieve. Because, first of all, if we have this Bhagavad Gita knowledge, we will decide, we will want only to please Krishna. That will automatically happen. That's why Bhagavad Gita purifies. Nahi jnanena sadarsam pavitramika vidyate. So there is nothing other than this Bhagavad Gita is pure. So Bhagavad Gita is the purest. Krishna didn't directly say that Bhagavad Gita is the purest. Krishna said that there is nothing else is pure than Bhagavad Gita. That's it. Nahi jnanena sadarsam pavitramika vidyate. So that means if we study this Bhagavad Gita, then we know that Krishna is the supreme person, then we will do what Krishna is asking us to do. That will definitely happen. So that way we are extremely fortunate that we are studying Bhagavad Gita like this every day and focusing only on Bhagavad Gita. And we understand now all the 18 chapters, 700 verses, and in each and every chapter, we enjoy the slokas when we study word to word, each and every word we understand and we directly study Bhagavad Gita. And in fact, in reality, this Bhagavad Gita doesn't need any interpretation because Krishna is very straight. Whatever the message Krishna is giving us, everything is just straight to the point. If you just understand the slokas correctly, so that means we understand Bhagavad Gita. That's it. So by Krishna's causeless mercy, we are successfully studying in the 15th chapter. So in the 15th chapter, we have 9 slokas. Now, very interesting science Krishna is teaching us. What's going to happen at the time of death? At the time of death, our Shukshma Sharira, that is the mind, is carried away to the next body. So that's what we are studying. In the sloka number 8, Krishna is teaching us that Shariram yadavapnoti yacha putramati svaraha Grihitvaitani samyati vayurgandhani vashaya. Shariram yadavapnoti. When we attain another body by giving up this old body, Uttramati Svaraga, Ishvaraga, the controller of the body, that is the soul, the living entity. When it gives up one body and gets another body, at that time, what is going to happen? Grihitvaitani samyati. It carries away all these things. Carries away what all these things? In the previous shloka we studied, Mamaivamse jiva loke jiva bhutaga sanatanaga manakasastani indriyani prakriti-sthani karsadi. This manakasastani indriyani, 6 senses which includes the mind. So that's what grihitvaitani samyati. So we carry the mind to the next body along with the 5 senses, totally 6 senses. So vayud gandhan ivasayat, like the air carries aroma from one place to another place. So now it's very clear. When we came here, when we took birth, we came with our mind from our previous birth. It's not that we just got our mind only now. That's why each and every individual is different from the birth. We need to understand. So the living entity in the material world carries his different conceptions of life from one body to another as the air carries aromas. Thus he takes one kind of body and again quits it to take another. So in the next shloka what we studied yesterday, Shotram chakshuhu sparsanam cha rasanam granameva cha adistaya manaschayam vishayan upasevate. So ears, Shrotram, eyes, Chakshugu, skin, so sense of touch, there is Sparshanam, and tongue, Rasanam, and Granam evacha, there is the smell, there is the nose. So basically ears, eyes, skin, tongue, nose, we all get in the next body. So that all depends upon what body we are getting, and that is going to depend upon Adistaya Manaschayam. That is going to depend upon our mind at the time of death. They all group together our mind, what type of body we are going to get, what type of eye, tongue, nose, skin, everything, what we are going to get. Yes, everything depends upon what our mind is going to remember, think at the time of death. So then you will enjoy the particular types of sense objects depending upon what type of body we got. We get it. Vishayan upasevati. The living entity thus taking another grass body, obtains a certain type of ear, eye, tongue, nose, and sense of touch, which are grouped about the mind. He thus enjoys a particular set of sense objects. So, in the next sloka, Krishna is teaching us that Utramantam sthitham vapi Bunjanam va gunanvitham vimudananu pashyanti jnana chakshusha Utramantam sitam vapi bunjanam va gunanvitam. So by giving up one body or by seated in one body, so Utramantam or sitam vapi, so bunjana va gunanvitam, and enjoying under the control of the 3 modes of material nature, So when we quit one body and stay in one body and try to enjoy under the control of the three modes of material nature, a fool cannot see all these things. Vimuda nanupashyanti. Whereas a person who has the eyes of knowledge can see. Pashyanti jnana chakshushaga. So that's what we need to understand. So we are able to see because we are studying Bhagavad Gita every day like this. Now, over a period of time, when we study this Bhagavad Gita, we will be able to clearly see the difference between body and soul, and we can see everything, how everyone is acting under the control of the modes of nature, how everyone is attached to material sense objects and trying to enjoy the material sense objects because of their attachments. They are enjoying, but in reality, they are suffering. So that we can see with the eyes of knowledge, but a fool cannot see all these things. That's what Krishna is teaching us. The foolish cannot understand how a living entity can quit his body, nor can they understand what sort of body he enjoys under the spell of the modes of nature. But one whose eyes are trained in knowledge can see all this. So by Krishna's causeless mercy, we have successfully finished the 10th sloka in the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So now let us chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and focus our mind on the transcendental sound vibration. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindam. So we'll chant 2 rounds of mantra, which will roughly take about 15 minutes. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, 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 Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram 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 Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Ram Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Hare, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram 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 Hare. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे 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 राम हरे 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 कृष्ण Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hina Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Guruji, for today's class also. Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Brinda Mataji, Hare Krishna. Mohan Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Pranam Guruji.
Pranam Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much for the class, Guruji. Again, I could attend the class today properly. Thank you so much, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Srimati Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Thank you very much for the class, Guruji. I was traveling yesterday, coming back by train. I couldn't attend the class. Thank you very much, Guruji, for a class. And as you said, we should be in 24/7 service of Krishna, as you have told today. So we hope by His grace that we will be able to do that. Thank you very much.
Krishna will definitely create opportunities for us, no doubt. Hare
Yes,
Krishna.
Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna. Satyendra Singh Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji, Pranam.
Pranam Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Interesting session. Shloka today. Today's shloka, very interesting. We have said about the, if we see with the Gyan Chachasa, nobody, no other man can, nobody can see as the people who are seeing with the Gyan Chachasa. And we are progressing, and your class is eternal. After completion of the class, again we are learning, and that we are unique.
Exactly. Yes, Prabhu. There is no doubt. No doubt.
Really interesting session. Really, we recollect the COVID days. From those COVID days, we are associated with you. Really, we enjoying this journey. We are really enjoying. Thank you, Guruji, for a wonderful class and wonderful journey with you. Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Krishna
Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare
Hare
Rama.
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Tapati Mataji, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Pranam.
Pranam Mataji.
Thank you for your wonderful class. Guruji, one question. It's not clear for me. If now we are in human form, and we have all this Shrotrang, Chakshun, Sparshanam, Rasanam, Granam, Manasya, everything. Everything we are taking with our Atma to another body. If it is there, if it is same, then if Atma is getting animal form, then animal form is getting all these qualities, all these.
Mind will be, if we take animal form, like tamasi pralayam gatva, tamasi mooda yonis, rajasi pralayam gatva, karma sangisu jayate, tata pralinaga tamasi mooda yonis jayate. So when a person dies in the tamoguna, he will get into the animal form, animal nature. So that way, our mind, like because of ignorance, not having anything, not having the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, because of the tamoguna. So that's what Muda Yonishu Jayate. That is the animal species. So we will get that kind of senses, depending upon what kind of body we get. It's a very interesting, very nice question, Mataji. But yeah, you understand that?
Yes, I understand. But if I thought you told that Atma is taking only mono, buddhi, ahankar, this
Yeah.
pride,
Very
these
correct.
things.
Yeah.
These things, and when we are finishing our bhakti, next life, we are starting from that.
Yes.
Is it true?
Yes.
Acha.
That is
Then
correct.
if we are taking human form, if we are taking animal form, then how could I start from there? Then in that case,
Because first of all, if you don't have intelligence, so that's what animals, they don't have that much intelligence, correct? So even with human body also, we can lose intelligence. Buddhinaso pranasyati, correct? Buddhi, we can lose the intelligence if we don't, if you are attached to material sense objects, they are nasti buddhi ayuktasya. So when we are not engaged in Krishna's service, then nasti buddhi, there is no intelligence. So even though intelligence is a form of the subtle body, but we don't have the intelligence, we'll lose it. And similarly, ahankara, the false ego. So that is also a person with a muda yonisum, so with a foolish person, is lazy, is sleepy, is madness, indolence, all such things. For such persons, they are like animal species, though they will not have any such thing. So that way, their mind, their things are all to the very, very, what I would say, it's not, they're not using it at all. It's completely uncontrolled. So that's why they get into that kind of animalistic nature. So yes,
then if I leave the body at the time of my death in a Shattaguna, then I am taking all these qualities in my
exactly. If we die, if we leave the body in Sattva-guna, then we'll go to the when Amalan Pratipatyade. So we'll go to the place where pure souls are living. So there we will be there, and then again, of course, we'll come back to this earth to continue going towards to Goloka. But definitely, as you said, everything we are carrying it, because it is at the time of death, whatever we have it, we will carry it. That's it. So that's why Krishna says, a devotee of Krishna, when he dies, when Arjuna asks the question, what happens to him? So is he completely lost? Like that he will ask, correct? So at that time, Krishna has told Arjuna that Partha naivega namutra vinasas tasya vidyati. So not only this life, even in the next life also, he is not going to be destroyed. Nahi kalyana krit kaschit durgatim data gacchati. So when he is engaged in such auspicious activities, does not meet with destruction. So then he will go to the world where pious people are living, prapya punya kritam lokan musitva sasvati saman, so and enjoy there as if it's permanent. Then suchinam shrimatam gehe yoga brashto abhijayate. Then we'll come back and take birth in the pious devotee family and Srimatam rich family. So then tatra tam buddhi samyogam labate pauvadehikam yatate chatato bhuyaga samsiddhau gurunandana. So he will achieve whatever the buddhi intelligence he had in the previous body, he will again get it back. That's what labate. Tatratam buddhi samyogam labate. So he will get it. So purvabhyasena tenaiva kriyate avasopishaga Jignasurapi yogasya sabda brahma ativattade. Because of their previous practice, purva abhyasa. Purva abhyasa means the practice in the previous births. For example, if we are chanting now, we are studying Bhagavad Gita, we are rendering devotional service to Krishna. All this practice, we are going to take it with our next life also. Purva abhyasena teneva kriyate avasopi saga. Then we will automatically become inquisitive. Jignasurapi yogasya sabda brahma ativattade. We will be automatically inclined to the Vedas, this knowledge, Bhagavad Gita. So that's what Krishna is teaching us. So we are definitely, the devotees are going to take it. Yes, Mother.
Thank you, Guruji. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes.
So much.
Very nice.
Hare
Yes.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare. Very good question, Mother. Excellent. Very nice question. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Ravindra Goyal Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Guruji, for a wonderful class. I have a small clarification. When we say Atma is Akarta, and then, of course, Krishna is Super Soul, he is also said Param Purush, and Atma is Purush, if I am correct.
Yes.
And when we say Bhokta, who is this Bhokta? It is Atma, Paramatma, or
You mean Bhokta?
when we say Vishyam Upasevate, who is this entity?
Oh, Vishayan, there is Atma.
That is Atma. That means
Atma.
Atma is enjoying all the sense pleasures, you can say.
Yes, that is correct.
But then Atma is said Akarta in all cases, and then it is not, it is Nirvikar, just like the
But
super soul.
yeah, it is
doesn't
Atma is
need-
not the doer, but Atma is Karya Karana Kartrutve Hetu Prakriti Uchyate. So Prakriti is said to be the cause of even creating an action and even carrying out that action. But Purushaka Sukha Dukkhanam Bhoktrutve Hetu Uchyate. So Purusha, the living entity Atma, is responsible for its own Sukha and Dukkha, happiness and distress. So Purusha Prakritisto hi bhungte prakriti jan gunan karanam guna sangosya saddasat yoni janmaso. So we are in this situated in this prakriti, and we are trying to enjoy under the spell of the three modes of material nature. That's what bhungte prakriti jan gunan. The same thing here also Krishna is saying that they will enjoy. So Utramantam Sitamapi Bunjanama Gunanvidam. So Bunjanama Gunanvidam. Bhungte Prakriti Jayat Gunagi. Here Bunjanama Gunanvidam. So we are trying to enjoy under the control of the modes of nature. Yes, bro.
Okay. So can we understand it like this, that although everything is being done by the Prakriti, there is a software installed, software attached with the every soul, still whatever is being done, because of that, if there are some sukh or dukh attached,
Yes.
they are being felt by the soul.
Experienced by the
Yes,
Atma.
they are experienced by the Atma.
By the Atma. Yes.
Atma is very happy when it is totally free from the Prakriti related attachments.
Yes, fully. That is the ultimate happiness. Sukham akshayam ashnute. That is called inner happiness. Atma sukham. So when you are able to find happiness within the self, that is a different thing. But if you are trying to find happiness outside the self, outside the body, outside the self, basically through the body, through the material sense objects, then it's a problem. That's why Krishna says that Bhagya Sparshesu Asaktatma Vindadi Atmani Yat Sukham Sa Brahma Yoga Yuktatma Sukham Akshayam Ashnude. So this happiness, what we get it inside. So one is not attached to the external sense enjoyment. So then we are going to experience unlimited happiness. This so-called external sense enjoyment, that's also is experienced by the soul, but our mind only is trying to find happiness, correct? So happiness is nothing but the status of our mind. If our mind is peaceful, we are happy. If our mind is disturbed, we are not happy. So that way, where our mind is trying to achieve peace, if our mind is thinking that by enjoying the sense objects, we will be happy, so then that kind of happiness actually brings distress. But if our mind is attached to Krishna and focused on remembering Krishna, so then that happiness is going to stay with us forever and we are going to enjoy unlimitedly. Is that clear, Prabhu?
All right, Guruji. So that means all the senses, they should be directed inside towards the Param Brahma, so
That's
that
it.
they are enjoying a immense pleasure. That means.
That is correct.
Okay.
That's why
Right,
Krishna
Guruji.
said that Yastvindriyani manasa niyamya arabate Arjuna karmendriyehi karma yogam asaktaga savisishyate. So we should control, regulate our senses, karmendriyas, with the mind. So mind should regulate the senses, karmendriyas. If some action is going to happen, our mind should not let that happen. That's what is very important.
Okay, so that means although Atma is a non-doer, yet it experiences the results of Prakriti attached along with the Atma.
That is correct.
That means like a person, if he is wearing a soft cloth or a stony cloth, he has the experiences of pinching or softness. And this keeps on changing with the deeds that the Prakriti is forcing the person, or rather depending upon the association of three gunas.
Yes.
Okay. Right, Guruji. Thank you very much for a very nice understanding given. So grateful to you. Hare Krishna, Guruji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Mahendra Shukla, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare
Dandot
Krishna.
Pranam.
Dandavad pranams,
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Rama
Hare Hare.
Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
Kumbo Nandi class.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Sarveshwar Vishnu Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
और वो बढ़िया काम कर रहा है।
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Sarveshwar. Panyappan Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare. So today's class also is very much interesting that even if we go to Swargaloka, we have to come back to material world after some time. That is a thing which everybody says in general. Go to Swargas, go to Swarga. But going to Swarga is also is not so permanent. We have to come back. That is one thing. Then Krishna is the source of every living being. That is a very interesting thing which many may not be knowing. He is living in everybody's body, everybody's heart. That is not known to many. It's not known to many. I think only few people, that is, who is engaged in Krishna's this thing, they only will be knowing. That is another interesting thing today you have explained. And the sloga also is very much interesting, that if you are permanently thinking Krishna, then you can come out of three modes of nature, and you will not be a person who doesn't understand the things. So it is very, very interesting thing today we heard about. So thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Brinda Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Thank you for the class. It's very interesting to learn again and again about our soul and super soul, Guruji. Yesterday, I had the opportunity with some friend to go to the temple after very long for 7:30 darshan, which I have done it first time. So I was at 7:30 that darshan is,
Yeah.
and it was raining heavily. I was not able to connect Guruji yesterday.
Yes.
So it was a beautiful darshan, which I go first time I went. I never gone.
Hmm.
And so Guruji asked, whenever we talk of self-realization, we are talking of the soul to realize the super soul. That is called self-realization.
That is correct. We need to realize that we are not the body, we are the soul, and Krishna is the super soul. And we should, our relationship with Krishna, we should establish and then remember Krishna. That's what is called self-realization.
Yes, Guruji. Because many times they say that because we in Bhagavad Gita, we say we have two souls, but otherwise we talk of one self, the pure self, the
No,
true
we are
self.
the Jivatma and Krishna is Paramatma. That's it.
Yes, Guruji.
We are both
Yes,
are in
that's
the body.
it.
Both of us are in the body. Ourself and Krishna both are inside our body.
Yes, Guruji.
And
But
Krishna is
self, the Atma has got pure qualities like the super soul, no, Guruji?
yes, that is correct. That is correct. That's why we need to get the knowledge, because Atma means it is Satchit Ananda. It is eternally knowledgeful and blissful. And because that knowledge is missing, ignorance, so we are actually under distress. So when there is knowledge, there is Ananda. When there is ignorance, there is distress. So that's why we are struggling and suffering. Once we get the knowledge, we come to the light. Jnanena tu tadajnanam yesham nasitam atmanaga tesam aditya vajnanam prakasayati tatparam. So that's what is needed.
Yes, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Sarveshwar Vishnu Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji, Dandavad Pranam Guruji. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
Pranam Guruji.
Pranam. Lakshmi Sridhar Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji, Pranam Guruji.
Pranam Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
By the costless mercy of Krishna, we are studying Bhagavad Gita, the knowledge with which we can directly perceive ourselves. And now we are studying the yoga of Supreme Person, Purushottama Yoga. What Krishna is telling, we have to detach everything in this material world. Whatever we are enjoying, we are not enjoying, we are in distress only. We are bewildered. Material sense enjoyment is varying, it has beginning and end, and that is a source of distress only. Everything in life has an end. We can put an end to this cycle of birth by going to Goloka. Once we reach Krishna, we need not come back. Even if we go to Swarga, there we enjoy, we have to come back to earth again. But we have to go to, if we go to Goloka, that is Krishna's abode, we will never come back. Before death, we should prepare ourselves to go to Goloka, taking shelter into the Bhagavad Gita knowledge. Krishna guides us by Bhagavad Gita knowledge how to go to Goloka. Knowing everything about Krishna gives us enjoyment more and more. Devotees enjoy while talking about Krishna's pastimes. That is real happiness. We are wasting our time daily in engaging in this material world. We have to give up everything only just to maintain for our body. We should do everything for Krishna as an offering to Krishna. Krishna says, always engage in glorifying me. Mahatmas take shelter in Krishna's divine nature without any deviation. Remembering Krishna all the time, Krishna is the original Supreme Person. We should understand that. We should lead Krishna conscious life based on Bhagavad Gita knowledge, not expecting results, doing everything for Krishna. Krishna gives us the energy. Nothing else other than Bhagavad Gita is the purest knowledge. Krishna tells us everything very clear. In the 15th chapter, 9th sloka, Krishna is telling, ears, eyes, touch, tongue, and nose all get in next body, depending upon our mind at the time of death. In today's sloka, 10th sloka, Krishna is telling, giving up one body, situated in one body, enjoying by the control of three modes of material nature. A fool cannot perceive these things, whereas a person with eyes of knowledge can able to see all these things happen. Thank you very much, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Mani Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare
Thank you
Krishna.
very much for today's class. We are enjoying the class. Day to day prasadam we are getting, Krishna prasadam. So very nicely, summarized by Lakshmi Sridhar Prabhuji. The question answer, the interrogation happened on Mataji. I could not remember the name. Nice question asked and nice reply and clarification given. So today Rajendra Goyal also asked Atma, Paramatma, the distinction. All this thing we understood and we can able to, anubhav. See, all these things are nothing but experience. Maybe whatever the academic we have through pure bhakti, whatever we are understanding, that understanding we should not get a kind of emotional ego or whatever it is that we are gaining knowledge. It is more than that bhakti. So when you have without result bhakti towards Krishna, so you are gaining that kind of intelligence, knowledge, wisdom, which will definitely will determine your course of your next karma. So that is why there are many people brilliant. They from the childhood they know all these Vedas, everything. So I know a few people. In the age of 6, they know everything about Upanishad, Veda, all these things. They understood because that in the Purva Janma. So whatever they did, whatever they practiced, whatever that they have devoted, it gave them the earlier experience in the childhood itself. Therefore, they are become scholar. So probably you would have done something in science, so you passed your IIT. So I gone through audit, other accounts practices. Next Janma, we need to focus upon Krishna. That this all materialistic. So at the end of the day, we must know neither science nor your money or wealth or your stock market is going to be a permanent. All these are temporary and it is going to vanish in the meantime. So in this sloga, Krishna says that I will quote one example, Bhishma, Paramapita Bhishma and Karna. They are all great soul. They are not ordinary people who was prevalent in Mahabharata. They are not ordinary people, Krishna knows. But when they have done their deeds, karma, it is easy for them to go to that destination, Surga or anything. It is permanent for them. It is permanent seat for them because of their karma which happened in a previous yuga. So Karna is a Surya Putra himself. He is a Nara, Narayana, and all the deeds are there. The epics are there. It is already there and recorded, and so many sub stories are there. It is not story. Actually, it is a fact. So at the time of their death at Mahabharata, when Arjuna, Krishna also told Arjuna that you are thinking that you are killing. You are not killing. They are already killed by me. You are just throwing your arrow, bow, and you are thinking that you are killing. Actually, they are all dead. I already made them dead. So that is the statement Krishna made in, during the war. So that Goloka, what we are trying to understand and what is that yoga is nothing but in all the places what happened because of your karma you are did. You may be a punyatma, you may be a pavatma, you may be a middle atma, whatever it is. So you will get a shape in the next janma and you will continue to do that act. So in the case of Karna and Bhishma, Pitamahan and other personalities, Krishna himself came and gave him their mukti. That giving that mukti means he took them to his place. We have to try to understand. He took them to his place. So when a person goes to his place, he is a Purushottama. People all the Devata will be in his command. So there are many places you will find that a person taking birth and he is doing karishma. He is doing karishma and he is bringing that dharma stapana. It is happening because on Krishna's command, Krishna sending those particular soul to earth or wherever it is required, where adharma is taking place. He taking the shape, maybe the body will be a different, but the soul is Krishna's soul. So they come and they do dharma karya. So one thing we need to understand, like a proverb and verb and proverb, bhokta and upabhokta. In Sanskrit, there are two things are there. One is bhokta, that means he is enjoyer. Upabhokta, they are the agent for the particular enjoyment. This portion I am not able to understand, but bhokta and upabhokta, I need to understand very well that particular part. Mr. Goyal also asked, Prabhuji asked, but he did not gone beyond that. What is bhokta and what is upabhokta? So the supreme enjoyer is Krishna himself. So we can quote one example. For example, when we have a food, maybe after taking one piece of rasagulla or something sweet, we feel Atma Tripti. That Atma Tripti is nothing but a kind of a feeling we get, emotional feeling we get. But when we continue on a selfish mode without remembering Krishna, what happens is that become greedy. The wish and wants become greedy, and it creates a problem for us, for our health. Therefore, we can find happiness when we are serving food, believing that whom we are serving, they are all Krishna. They are all Krishna's soul. When we are serving, that happiness, that kind of a fulfillment, what we get is a complete enjoyment which Krishna makes us to enjoy. I don't know. I could not able to put a correct word. So the bhokta upabhokta comes into the picture in that way. That means the more you serve, the more you give prasadam to others and make them happy, you feel a inside happiness. That inside happiness nothing but that Krishna's happiness. Thank you very much today, class. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Rama Rama. There are many examples, Guruji. Sorry that it's getting late. So I try to interpret with certain stories, sub stories, some kind of facts, so that it is very easy, even layman to understand and connect themselves with that facts. So objective is Krishna conscious, but we try to understand, and in Narayanyam, that is what Leelagal, it explains everything. So the bhakti towards Krishna goes beyond multiplication. It goes in a geometrical GP ratio. Instead of arithmetic ratio, it goes on geometrical ratio, compounded. So you will get that kind of enjoyment. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama.
Hare Krishna, let us listen to Srila Prabhupada's Kirtan now.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,